I hope you're going to miss us. It's the Corona Cero post show. It's the last one of the year. Why? Because it's the end of the year. We got world titles won and earned here in Fiji. There's a beautiful shot of the fish bar at the Fiji Marriott Resort, Momi Bay. That's where we have the host set. That's where we have all kinds of amenities. That's where we have bures over the water there in the lagoon. And that's where we have Flick Palmentier, Richie Lovett. We're capping off an incredible, incredible finals day. And we're going to celebrate an incredible year on the championship tour. Molly Picklum came out. She deserved the world title. She earned it the hard way today, Flick.
Wow, I mean, for it to go to 3 matches is pretty incredible. And for her to pick herself up, and after that first one, when Caroline ran away with it, and to regroup, get back in the channel, you know, have a moment to herself and fight back in the way she did, especially getting that tube, I think it was just true Molly style.
Oh yeah, and just a warrior the whole way. She had the armor on, she had the long chain with the jacket on top, with the helmet, the whole thing coming through. Excellent scores, 8.1, 8.33, not just one time, 2 times. Rich, that was incredible performance.
Yeah, amazing stuff from Molly, and you know, deserved the victory. And something a little bit poetic about both the #1 surfers on the men and women's side. You know, going through and getting the victories. You know, Yago took the fast track and got it done early. Molly sort of got, you know, hit to the floor, but got up and then just fought back, you know, and got the victory. Amazing stuff.
Let's look at a vision of our day, finals day for the women. Also, Caroline Marks, again, a runner-up to a world title, and Caroline did it the hard way as well, started from that match #1 in the morning, all the way to the title match up against Molly Picklum, but nobody could overcome Molly.
Oh, no, I mean, Molly was too good today for sure, but Caroline, you know, she has to be proud of herself. She wasn't even in the conversation coming into Tahiti. She wasn't in that final 5 picture. I mean, she fought her way back there, and then what she was able to do here to go to #2 in the world with potentially one of maybe, you know, maybe not her best year on tour today. I mean, she has to be proud of herself.
Taking a look at the waves surfed here. It was a title match. It went to 3, Rich. Molly Picklum, though, after a slow start in Heat 1 of the title match, she came back on fire in Heat 2 and 3.
Yeah, absolutely. In the first heat, just only managed to find a couple of waves. The form was sort of still there, but you can't deny the fact that that Caroline really took charge and commanded the first of the exchange. And, you know, she basically was on a roll at this point. Was just full of momentum from the morning, and looked like she was going to take it in 2. You know, she was just in such good form with incredible surfing like that. At that point, Louis Egan was all applause. But then the momentum shifted, and it went all in the way of Molly Picklum. And you can visibly see how different the conditions started to change.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say that. I think that's what it was. I feel like Caroline was so used to those other conditions. The wind kicked up a bit here. You know, it was a bit more, you know, surfer v ocean, and just really trusting that ocean knowledge, which Molly really lent into. She also, this moment here for me, she'd been hunting it in the first title match. She made it happen here, true Molly form. She wanted to win this way, and she did. She locked in, you know, the 8.83 for this. I mean, it was just a beautiful wave, incredibly surfed, and I think for me that's where the momentum definitely shifted here, and yeah, Molly just started to run away with it. And Caroline, also, let's not forget, this is going into this 3rd title match. This was her 7th heat of the day, so things were getting pretty tiresome for Caroline.
Found the tube again. Molly Picklum got an 8.83. Combo going upside down on the re-entry, backed it up, Rich, with an 8.1. Went excellent in Heat 3 of the title match to earn herself a world title.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we touched on it. All the drama at the end of these waves. This is what Molly does. When there's a situation where she needs to pull something off, she stands up. She makes it happen, goes for the big move, and gets it done.
And, you know, look at those are the giant numbers that we're talking about, but a well-earned world title for Molly Picklum. If we think about her year as a whole, she made 10 finals day throughout the entire season, Flick. 2 wins, 3 runner-ups, 2 semifinals. I mean, she was the dominant surfer when you look at the the overall vision of the tour this year and a deserved world title?
I mean, this is the format, right? To your point, Rich, it's poetic to see her get the win. If she didn't get the win with the, the year that she'd had, it's going to sting, right? And I think it was incredible for Molly. I think, it was the difference, really. She's been in this final scenario before. She was hit there at Trestles, but, Fiji really looks good on Molly. It suits her. This is, the waves where she really she loves these kind of waves. She loves reef breaks. She loves to excel in the waves that, really test you as a surfer and your ocean knowledge. So I think it's quite, fitting that she wins her first world title here at Cloudbreak.
Yeah, I love the fashion. I love that she made us kind of wait for it too. I love that she didn't just do it like right away, and she joins a group of esteemed women and then she's going to have her name etched forever into the Duke Kahanamoku WSL Champions Trophy. Look at the list of names that Molly Picklum will be joining, Rich.
Yeah, it's just incredible, and obviously we see this this new group of women: Caroline, Katie, Molly, all the fresh names. But then it's anchored by the real greats of the sport: Steph and obviously Carissa and Tyler. They've been so dominant over the last decade, and even more. And then obviously we go back even further to the greats like Lane Beachley. But you're right, Kype. She has etched herself in history. I don't think she'll actually realise what she's done. She's still tripping out on the fact that she's the world champ, and I feel like it's probably not going to sink in until a little later on this afternoon, or maybe even tomorrow when she wakes up after the celebrations tonight.
All right, hey, let's give a cheers to Molly.
Cheers.
Picklum. This is to you, Molly. This is a Corona Cero to you. We're going to take a break right now. We'll come back from the break. We're going to talk about the men's world champion, another exciting subject, and a new world champion for Brazil. Right back in the Corona Cero post show. Yeah, that's right. We're back in the Corona Cero post show, and we are celebrating with Yago Dora. Entered the surf world as the skinny goat, and now in 2025 he can call himself a world champion. Yago Dora. What a moment, what a performance, what a year flick for Yago Dora.
This was really cool. You know what? I think it was actually you or Joe asked me at the beginning of the year, and I'm not going to say I told you so, but you asked me who the world champ would be, and I actually said Yago. Just going to say it. But
we'll
it was
thank
you. But it was just, I believe, he's been barking at the door there for just, the last couple of years, finishing 6th, finishing 7th. He's had those crazy moments with Jack Robinson where he's just missed out. They were sparring partners, and it just feels like, this is such a beautiful way to, finish off the year, because he's had such a commanding lead over the whole year. He's been so well-rounded. And, I think, just a deserving world champion.
Not to mention, he had to come back from an injury. He had to come back from so many different things. Had a broken foot. Didn't know if he had the confidence to come back. Came back, nearly missed, that Final Five 2 times. Came back, had his first chance in the Final Five, had his first year and first taste ever of the yellow jersey, and won a world title, and a deserved world title for Yago Dora. Let's take a look at our bracket for this Lexus WSL Finals. Everybody building up to match up with Yago in those title matches. It was Griffin Colapinto, but Yago just did it. 2 waves and a world title.
Yeah, got it done, and a little different to the women's bracket where we saw Caroline come from right at the start all the way through to the final. We saw a couple of surfers sort of chop and change. So Italo obviously got the win on Jack and looked like he had a bit of momentum there, but then Griff just with some amazing backhand surfing just really stamped his authority, getting all the way through, and then eventually meeting up with Yago in the final. Really cool matchup between the natural footer and the goofy footer, and Yago just looked on from the opening turn on the opening wave right here, just a 2-turn real heavy combination, and then just found these gems. Really good wave choice, showed great variety there. I love how he mixed it up there, showing all this layback hack and power, and just that ultra smooth style. He's bringing style back, baby. I love it.
Yeah, you know what was cool for me is that we didn't see this gear of Yago in these practice sessions. He just was idling, and then all of a sudden, this first title match rolls around and he just clicks up into that next gear,
Yeah,
and it was
totally.
beautiful to watch. And yeah, you nailed it, Rich. It's style, and it's beautiful to watch.
It's being well-rounded for Yago Dora. 8.33, 7.33 in that final. And Yago coming through. Not just for the air game this year. I feel the evolution of Yago Dora surfing into this world title was becoming a completely rounded surfer. He entered in 2017 as a wild card, mostly based off of his free surfing and his air game, but he has evolved into a multifaceted surfer. All that, those numbers right there, 8.33, 7.33, those weren't done on the air. Those were done on the face, Rich.
And like I said with Molly, you know, it's always good to get a victory with big numbers and go, yep, I absolutely deserve it. You know, I came in as number one, I dropped some solid heat scores, I earned the victory, and that's a very satisfying feeling.
And knowing that it's a marathon, not a sprint. If we look back to the beginning of the year, stop number one on the championship tour, Yago Dora got dead last, had a 33rd at Pite, okay? Had to regather himself. Ended up having 2 wins in the season, runner-up in J-Bay with some excellent surfing. I mean, what a year, and again, I've repeated myself. A deserved world title for Yago Dora. I would actually, now that the event's done, I would have been disappointed if it went any other way, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, he's just had such a dominant performance, and the back half of the year was incredible. The work he's done on his surfing was also equally amazing, and the rail work for me is how he got the job done. It was beautiful to watch.
I agree. Let's hear from Yago Dora, and well, while this world title kind of sinks in, Ronnie caught up with him.
The winner of the Lexus WSL Finals Fiji, presented by Corona Cero, and your 2025 world champion, Yago Dora. How good does that sound?
It's weird. It only happened in the heat. I was actually expecting to be like feeling a little bit longer, but Griffin is really dangerous out there, and he looked on point the whole day. So I'm glad I was able to win the first one and really make that advantage work in my way. And I don't even know what to say right now. It's just, it's crazy that a whole year gets decided in a heat like that, and I'm really glad it came my way. I'm beyond the moon right now. I'm so happy, so happy.
Mate, unbelievable, an incredible finals performance, and everyone's been talking about your form this year. You put together an amazing season, but it must be nerve-wracking. Even as cool as you were in the lead up to this final day, being the number one seed and watching someone like Griffin Colapinto get on a magic run, and he is similar to you in that he taps into that flow, and he just seemed to be, he really seemed to be coming for you, didn't he?
Yeah, for sure. Griffin looked on point. Like I said, since his first hit in the morning, he was the guy to beat today probably, and we know his potential out here. He won last year. He was ripping today, and yeah, I knew I had to believe in my own surfing, and if I had the right ways, I was going to come out with the win, and that's what I did. I tried to start strong, and that worked out in my favor, I think, to build the heat after that, and yeah, just things happened the right way for me, and I'm so happy.
Incredible trust in your performance. The amount of power and risk you threw into your first wave was remarkable. It just felt this entire season you had a lot of trust in yourself as an individual. You weren't leaning into the same team and part of the same crew. You really went it your own way, and well, it's paid off big time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really glad I did. You know, it's a big responsibility to do things by yourself, do your own decisions, and I'm really glad I did. I made the right decisions, and things started to work out my way, and I feel this strength and this will that I never felt before, and it just feels better than ever, you know. I feel like there's more to come too, so I'm really happy.
As a surf fan, you want your world champion to have some of the biggest highlight moments from the year. It just felt like your surfing was, you know, twice as good as it was last season. Were you feeling that throughout the year?
Yeah, for sure. I felt like way more confident this year, and I was doing the right heat strategies. I think even on some heats that I didn't need to surf that good to advance, I was able to get the job done, and those are the important ones at the end of the year. And yeah, I'm really glad. It's weird because some heats I get like 2 massive scores, but sometimes you make that hit with a 4 and a 3, and that's the ones that make the difference in the end. And that difference for me this year, I felt like I was having amazing hits the season prior, but this year I was able to put everything together, have amazing hits, have the struggling ones and make those, and yeah, just the pieces came together, and yeah, just finishing off on that last heat.
What was it like for you to fall into the arms of your family, your partner, and also your manager and even your shaper here getting a world title today? How was that?
Yeah, it's so cool, you know, being surrounded by the people you love, the people that love you and want to do good and do your best, and it's really important for me to have all of them here at this moment, and yeah, it couldn't be better to share this win with all of them. It's incredible.
I'm going to rattle off a couple of names for you. Medina, De Souza, Fiera, Toledo, Dora. What's it feel like to add your name to that list of absolute champions from Brazil?
It's an honor, you know, to join that list. Those guys have been massive inspirations for me since I started surfing, and just so cool to even be on tour with them is an honor, and to have the chances to battle them for titles, for event wins, and now for a world title is incredible. And yeah, I'm sure we have a lot more years in front of us, and there's still going to be some amazing battles, so I'm really excited. I'm so happy about this, and just makes me more excited for the future.
Beautiful, man.
It's a great moment. And there you go. I mean, Brazil, they're getting used to holding parades for world surfing champions. 8 out of the last 11 world titles won by Brazil, Rick.
It's a wild stat. It's tripping me out, but not surprising. You know, the Brazilian Storm is the real deal. And really, over the last decade, only one man has been able to stand in their way, and that's John Florence, you know, and he's been able to do it a couple of times, 3 times to be exact. But, you know, it really has been a dominance from the Brazilians, all the names that Ronnie rattled off there. And then before then, it was, you know, sort of Mick Fanning and Joel Parkinson. And then we go back into the era of Kelly as he was tapering off his world title years. So, you know, it has really been an interesting decade or two. And let's see if next year somehow one of the other countries can wrestle it off the Brazilians, because they are dominating, man.
We got an exciting year next year, but still wrapping up this year, Flick, we had a lot of Chargers at this event. Mofi nominated the Charger of the event. Who could it be?
Well, there's a couple of Colapintos on screen, but only one that was competing in the final situation. So Griffin Colapinto, Charger of the event. Today, really, you said it, Rich, it was the best backhand surfing we've seen on a left, you know, for a very long time. And it was beautiful to watch. I think he was very tapped in. He was, you know, I said connected so much. He was so connected this whole event. And reminiscent, you know, he won this event in the regular season here last year. He's got great feelings here, and you know, had hard opponents throughout this event. You know, he had Ilo and Geordie, and you know, eventually, you know, succumbed to Yago. But what we saw out there was just beautiful backhand surfing.
And he did it in an excellent fashion, Rich. Against Italo Ferreira, 16.33 heat total. Against Jordy Smith, 15.43 heat total.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
They're not small numbers at all. And I think, you know, I'll stand by what I said. We're seeing the progression of backhand surfing out here at Cloudbreak, and really, you know, Griff's at the top of that list. I think back to Andy and Kelly, not taking anything away from what they've done out here, you know, but Griff's just pushing it a little bit further on the lip. You know, those guys perhaps have it in the barrel, but on and above and around the lip, Griff is just bringing this creativity to the backhand that's amazing to watch. He won it last year, second this year. Pretty impeccable record out here.
Yeah, we're charged for you, Griffin, on your best finish on a championship tour. Runner-up in 2025 was a great year for Griffin Colapinto. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the new people on tour. That means the rookies, as the Corona Cero post-show continues right after this. Corona Cero post-show. Beautiful Fiji. What a day. What a place. New world champs in the way of Yago Dora and Molly Picklum in an epic day of surfing at Cloudbreak.
place where dreams come true, Kite.
Such good stuff, and thank you for joining us for the Corona Cero post show. This is the extended version for the end of the season, the final stop. I'm gonna miss you all, by the way. I'm gonna miss you guys too.
It's going to be a long 7 months.
Well, we'll find some other events to do, but anyway, hey, look, it was a great season. We had a lot of things, but I like Flick that we get to see, the Shaper rankings, right? And gosh, this one guy out of San Clemente, California, can't take him down. Matt Biolis, the Lost Crew, look at the number at the end of the year compared to the rest of the field.
It's absolutely insane, right? I mean, who is going to challenge Matt Biolis? I mean, you look at even this World Title Showdown, you had Caroline, runner-up in the world. You got Yago, world champ. You got Griff, runner-up. I mean, just the stable, the caliber of surfers that he's had on tour, even if you think the number of surfers that he's got, that trust in his, board building and the team behind it, it's undeniable to me.
Yeah. 2026, I think we need to find a way to have a kind of a player cap or something. Maybe to
handicap.
Maybe make it a little bit, so like if you don't have the giant team, you're just capped at a couple players. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas.
Yeah,
and
maybe if you nominate your surfer at the start of the year and you're allowed 2 or 3. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll work on
that. We got 7 months to work on it, buddy.
we got some time. Another thing that's exciting about every single year, Rick, is we get to see new faces.
Yeah.
And we get to see new, and that's another thing. Hey, the year is over for the CT, by the way, but we still got the Challenger Series coming up, and that's going to determine the new faces on the 2026 Championship Tour. Some new faces on the 2025 Championship Tour. All compete for the Rookie of the Year, and France took the Rookie of the Year this year, Rick, with Marco Mignot.
Yeah, and I really feel like this guy improved throughout the year and his time on tour. I was a little bit skeptical about how he was going to do and if he was just going to get sort of swamped by the more established names. But this guy's got some rad weapons, in particular this forehand rotation and the air game, just incredible. And sort of going into the tour, again, really sort of unproven in the bigger wave, heavier wave locations, but he stood up, man. He really just dug deep and a real astute student of the game. Did well at J-Bay as we look through all these highlight moments through the year and had some great results there.
Yeah, and proved us also in some barreling conditions.
Yeah, this was impressive for me because, coming into Tahiti, there was that little bit of a question mark, but he just answered that well and truly. He just absolutely charged. And, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing next year just the confidence that you take, because that was a big rookie class. I mean, there was a lot of those men that qualified that year, and, right in it to the end with Al. And, I mean, just, I could rattle off a number of names right now. But for him to take that win over those guys, I think he's going to take a lot of confidence going into the second year on tour.
Look at the upset heat wins. That's including beating Jordy Smith at J-Bay, which was a huge accomplishment for a rookie. Looking forward to see how Marco Mignot evolves over the break and shows up for his sophomore year on the championship tour. Yeah, look forward to seeing how he develops. Another person on the women's side, we've seen her since she was just a Grom. Already had big,
still a Grom.
Had just aspirations on her. And I expect big things for the women's Rookie of the Year, Erin Brookflick.
Yeah, I mean, we'd seen Erin coming from a mile away, right? The clips on social media that were going viral, the airs in the wave pools, and we were just thinking, okay, when she qualifies, she is going to do some serious damage. I think when she did qualify, I think there was already, people were making a statement, she's going to win a world title in her first year. Now, that comes with a lot of expectation, and she was pretty, when she didn't start the year how she wanted, right? I think she was expecting big things of herself, and there was a lot of expectations of her. She had a breakthrough moment on the Gold Coast, right, which is where things started to click into gear. She banked a couple of 9-point rides in the backhand, and I think that's when that self-belief sort of came through. But, when that moment happened, she was pretty vocal about, no, this isn't the start of the year that I wanted. Like, I was expecting big things for myself, and I put high expectations on myself. And it was pretty visible, you could see that she was wearing that emotion. But when it came to chokes, I mean, she was absolutely threading the needle there. I mean, she also was with an outside shot at still making this, finals here in Fiji. So, I mean, incredible year for her on tour. I think she's got so much left in the tank. She's only 18 years old. I just, you know, Kelly was saying it. You know, she was here warming up with, you know, the women and the men. And, you know, in those warm-up sessions, it was a lot bigger. And he was saying, look, I mean, you know, if she was in this draw, I would be putting, you know, you'd be putting, you know, your money on her. It's just crazy, right? She's insane out here. And when someone, you know, like Kelly Slater is saying that about Erin, you can expect big things from her in the future.
I think the natural talent's there for Erin Brooks. What we're going to see from her is how she constructs heats in her sophomore year. When she puts that all together in 30, 35-minute kind of windows, because already the natural talent's there, I think that's when we're going to see some big success. But it seems like we have the arrivals coming up soon of our champions, our world champions, because they are getting a ride on the Red Bull jet skis all the way out there from Cloudbreak, all the way over here to the beautiful Fiji Marriott Resort Momi Bay. And the good news is we got a nice bay to greet them. There they are.
The chariot into the lagoon here at Momi Bay. I mean, this resort here is absolutely stunning, just zooming along. It just, what a great feeling, you know. You're flying your country's flag, you've just been crowned world champion, and you're coming into the Fiji Marriott Resort Momi Bay to accept your trophy. It's the thing you've always dreamed of.
What an entrance, Rick. Look at this entrance.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, we started hearing the crew singing a couple of minutes ago, and that can only mean one thing, that we're getting very, very close to crowning our champs here. They've done their little victory lap, and, well, look at this for service. Just dropped off at the dock. And we'll get things underway here. But yeah, this it's just the celebrations are just going to ping pong around this zone. It's going to hang here for a little while.
This is a great place to celebrate, I'm telling you, with the Fiji Marriott. It's got everything, Yago Dora, Molly Picklum, just starting to feel maybe the reality of a career-long goal, actually, a career-long goal.
Oh, I mean, these are the moments, right? This is where you can start to lean in. I mean, they've been on the water all day. They've probably got, you know, they've been on the jet skis, they've been on the boats, and now they're on land. They can lean into a little bit of dance, a little bit of playfulness.
Well, they can just let their guard down. You know, you have this competitive wall that you put up all year round, and it's a shield that you, and a bubble that you kind of stay contained with. You've always got your guard up. You're always thinking on edge, and literally right at this moment, it's just let it all hang out. It's done. There's no more heats, no more jerseys, no more nothing. They can just let go, and tonight's going to rock on at this joint for way into the early hours.
Let's listen.
Ladies first.
Thank you. Give me the sunnies.
That's good stuff right there. The harmony coming out of all of our wonderful friends here in Fiji. Oh man, the smiles, the warmth. That's good stuff, man. I don't know how else to put it. It gives me chicken skin every single time, especially over here. I feel the mana of Fiji, the beautiful sound, the serenade that we got. While we're just getting close to our awards presentation. We're going to take a break right now. We're going to be back with more of the Corona Cero post-show. We're going to come back with the awards presentation, and we got much, much more on the way right after this. Corona Cero post-show right here from the Fiji Marriott Resort, Momi Bay. We're on the host set. That's the beach there, one of the many beaches that we have surrounding this beautiful resort. Yeti You score a 10, you get a Yeti 110 stuffed with all kinds of Yeti gear. That was the rules all year long here on the Championship Tour. Carver Girl, Flick Palmentier, Richie Lovett. And we saw great waves. You know, we're going to talk about the top 5 waves of 2025, but we saw great waves in Margaret Rivers. We saw great waves in Burley Heads. We saw great waves in Pipe, J-Bay. Any favorites for you?
Oh, I mean, I'm a West Australian girl.
Yeah, WA.
WA.
All right, good enough. Let's get into our top 5 waves of 2025. They all happen to be 10s, Rick. Starting here with Felipe Toledo at Burley Heads.
Yeah, this was the return of form for Felipe Toledo. Just an incredible barrel into alley-oop, landing on the roof, drops down through it, and gets the completion. But yeah, Felipe was just on fire at this event, in particular this heat.
He sure was. Yeah, they wanted a 10.
They got it.
They got a 10, Raphael. Another angle. Draining Burley Heads. What a wave. What a final. What an event over there on the Gold Coast. Number 4. This one's for you, Flick. The West is best. Griffin Colapinto goes best with a 10 here.
This was his event, right? I mean, not only did he have this Hail Mary moment, the full rotation over, you know, the bricks at the end section at, you know, Margaret River main break. He also had another crazy moment at the box. This was his event. I mean, it was incredible to watch. He ended up getting second in the end to George, but
yeah.
I mean, wow.
Should have given him a 10 for the box, too. Number 3, Connor O'Leary at J-Bay. Could you surf on the backhand any better than this, Rick?
No, you really can't. And, you know, I always thought Occy was the best backhand surfer out at J-Bay. And Connor O'Leary is fast coming up the list. Look at this sort of really vertical attack. Found the barrel, big swooping turns of the big fella from Cronulla, and just hammering those waves. Well-deserved 10 in my mind.
I think so. I agree. So did the Dog Pound. They absolutely loved it. Number 2, Baron Mamiya at Pipeline Flick.
Oh, this thing's next level, but we are so used to seeing this guy do this at his home break. I mean, this thing, the way he contorts his body to fit into this, you know, the tube, how late the takeoff is, it's so critical. But it's just second nature for him. He almost feels like he could do it in his sleep.
Number 1, Jack Robinson on a backdoor monster, Rick.
Oh my gosh, this was an absolute beast, just pulling up under the hood. Crazy travel time, and this thing took him all the way almost to off the wall. But just how quickly he came off the bottom, was able to get that line up high, and that was just an automatic 10 across the board.
Yeah, and you know, that 10 actually though does come with an asterisk, because Jack actually did not make that heat. He lost that heat to Al Cleland Jr., but he still did get a Yeti 110, so that was a consolation prize. And a big barrel.
Never a good moment to be a part of that stat, is it? Lost a heat with a 10.
It happens all the time. Well, we thank Yeti as a partner, and they tell stories. And you know, and a story as told by with Yeti, we look into someone we hope that comes back to the tour. John Florence. Let's take a look at this feature.
So 7 years in between world titles. Can you name everything that you've been through since then?
It's been a really hard road getting here. Yeah, a lot of injuries, a lot of down times, but I couldn't have done it without my family and just my team that surrounded me.
He says it like all the time. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for everybody like all along the way.
9 seconds. John's starting to realize the moment.
Talk about climbing a mountain and conquering it. That's what John Florence just did.
Wow. John, look. We want you back. Tour looks good next year. But let's celebrate. Let's celebrate this year's tour, you guys. And to make it official, we're going to hand out some world titles and celebrate some world champions. Let's throw it down to Joe Turpel for the awards presentation.
Thank you so much, Kaipo. Thanks for everybody watching the Corona Cero post show at home all around the world. And thanks for everybody here on hand. You guys are incredible. We saw history written today. One that we will never forget. So officially welcome to the awards presentation for the 2025 Lexus WSL Finals Fiji, presented by Corona Cero. The winner-take-all battle to decide surfing's world champion this year. It was an extraordinary season. 7 months ago, we were opening up the year at the Lexus Pipe Pro, and look where we are today. Big round of applause for all the surfers that competed in the Final Five. Extraordinary seasons, and one that we will never forget. Also, a groundbreaking moment in surfing history. How good is Fiji? A surfing dreamland. First time ever having our world champions crowned in this amazing part of the world. Thank you for all the locals that helped us out along the way. Being at Cloudbreak, that wave itself was what got Wayne Rabbit Bartholomew really excited, the architect of the Dream Tour. And now, you know, hearing from him earlier today how thrilled he was to see where it's come. Surfing's in an incredible spot. And we can't thank Lexus enough, our title partner for this event. Their partnership across competitive surfing exemplifies their commitment to supporting athletes who perform at the highest levels. Big thanks to Lexus for everything you've done this year. Big thanks as well to Corona Cero, as everyone's watching the post show right now, our presenting partner for the event. You guys are absolutely incredible. Big thanks to the Fijian government, Tourism Fiji, who along with WSL have confirmed this event on the championship tour to at least 2029. That is an incredible announcement we heard this week. Big thanks to our event partners from Red Bull, Yeti, Bonsoy, IC, Mofi, Fiji Marriott Resort, Momi Bay, Fiji Airways, Tabarua Island Resort, Surfline, True Surf, and WSL One Ocean. All of you made a big impact on pro surfing this year. Thank you so much. Really special thank you goes out to the Fijian Surfing Association, to the FSA president, Hannah Bennett. She joined us on the broadcast. Wow, she's a bright light, an incredible ambassador of surfing, not just here in Fiji, but globally. Really thank you, Hannah, for all your hard work with your club, taking care of the members, the local community, including right here at Momi and Nambila villages, and the surfers who really make this incredible place so special and sharing their wave with us. We can't thank you enough. A sincere thanks as well goes to Yuri Kurup for his amazing support to deliver this event again. Let's hear it for Yuri. And once again, thanks to all the fans that were so committed, flying out here, getting a boat in the channel to see the world title go down. You guys made this great and a really incredible event. Let's talk about the big trophy. It's not just any trophy. It's the Duke Kahanamoku World Champions Trophy. Our newly crowned world champions get to hoist up the Duke today. Duke Kahanamoku was not only a legendary surfer, but an ambassador of surfing across the world that introduced the sport to so many different people in so many countries. As we shared last year, the trophy will forever tie the surfing's greatest honor to the most revered icon, innovator, and advocate. Let's look up to the sky and think about the Duke. Thanks so much for everything that he's done over the years. To help us with this trophy celebration today, put your hands together for our CEO of the World Surf League, Ryan Crosby. And on the other side, the far end, soaking wet, one of the hardest working men in pro surfing. Can't thank this guy enough. Over 35 years of service for the World Surf League. WSL VP of Tours and Competition, Renato Hickel. And a guy that makes us feel welcome and warm every single year when we get to hang out with him. A very sincere thank you to a man standing right in the middle of these two, Fiji's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism and Civil Aviation, the Honorable Vielmi Navoka. Thank you so much. Are you guys ready to hand out the big trophies and talk to the best surfers on the planet? Let's bring them both out at once. Your world champions in 2025, Yago Dora and Molly Picklum. Both entering the finals wearing bright yellow, showing their dominance throughout this season. And now officially the world champions. You guys want to carry those things and host them up real quick? Let's get them. Let's get him. Pass him over. Your world champion, Molly Picklum. From the Central Coast to the top of the world, Yago Dora. This has been something, Molly, watching your rise to the top of the world. For all that you've been through, it feels like a short period of time, but the cut, finishing 5th, finding your feet, you know, and now with all that hard work and those ups and downs, how sweet does this feel?
Oh my gosh, I'm so speechless, but it really feels like the cherry on top to what I've done to my career, and personally I've really turned my life around, and yeah, I don't know, it's such a trip. Like, it's something that you can never take from me ever, and to be a world champion, to share it with Yago, and just was such an amazing season was really special, and it'll stay with me for life.
We really highlighted the back half. I mean, it's rare that someone just goes through 4 consecutive finals, 2 wins, but it really was the entire year. Your consistency was undeniable. Was there any doubt with the time that you had to wait through the lay days, feeling under the weather? Was there any doubt that this wasn't going to happen today?
Oh, there was so much doubt. I feel like it's what raises a champion, and you got to step up and rise above that. And yeah, I just kept true to trusting in the unknown, and I'm so grateful that it panned out. And of course, after the first heat, I just like swallowed it and took what I could, and just went out there and just honoured my beliefs and went after it.
We'll get to your generation in a moment. But for Australia, it feels like the new generation is taking over from all of the greats. From Lane Beachley, Steph Gilmore, Tyler Wright, Molly Picklum. How does that feel?
Oh, it's such a trip. From a Central Coast kid, little Grom, looking up to Steph and Lane and Sally and Tyler and all those girls. It's such a trip that I'm on like a list with those females, and I just feel so honoured and grateful that I've had such role models to look up to. We've had Skaz is here. There's so many females that have been before me and paved the way for us to get out there and really do what we love, and yeah, it's just such a trip.
Not only did you win, you had the highest single scores of the season, most wins by combination, including those last 2 title matches in a row. To win that way of dominating the regular season and the WSL finals, is that as good as it gets?
Yeah, I feel like to be the undisputed, undeniable champion is everything I ever dream of, and yeah, it's kind of, you can win one way and you can win like that, and that's fills my heart for sure to win like that.
Who are the people that really made an impact on this for you? Your support crew, who really stands out right now when you're thinking about that?
Oh, that's a huge question. It's really true, the whole, like, it takes a village to raise a child, and the whole Central Coast, they've, like, inbuilt the grit in me, and my team, he stuck by me all year, like Austin and Fletchy and all those guys, and Glenn, he paved the way for me in my early years, and Rossi was here this week, but yeah, and then, of course, my family and friends, like, they just support me, and they know who I am, and they know how hard I work, and it means the world to do it in front of them.
What a year. You did it your way, Molly. You got to be extra proud. Enjoy the moment. You're the best surfer in the world.
I cannot believe it, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, WSL, and all the sponsors that get behind us to do what we love and showcase what we're good at.
Molly Picklum, your 2025 world champion, doing it in the most dominant fashion, from pipe to Tahiti to right here in Fiji for the first time. Yago Dora, world champion. How does that sound?
Pretty crazy. Yeah, I can't believe it. It's hard to find the words to describe the feeling and how much I worked for this to happen. And yeah, I want to thank God for blessing my life and blessing my career. I feel very lucky that surfing is my life and I live doing it. Surfing is amazing. It has given me everything, and I'm really thankful to God and for surfing, you know. Thanks to WSL for giving us the platform to chase our dreams and do what we love. It's really amazing. And yeah, we're just so fortunate having the people I love by my side this week, my girlfriend, my team, my family's over there as well, the other part of the family's at home, and all my friends back home. I don't have the right words to describe what I'm feeling right now. It hasn't sunk in, I think. And yeah, just so much hard work and dedication goes into this, and to close it out in those last 35 minutes of my season was very special, and what a place to do it here in Fiji. Thanks to all the Fijian people for having open arms for us and just welcoming us. It's one of the most special places on earth for sure, and my favorite event. And yeah, just really, really grateful and really happy that I've done it here. You know, won the regular season and winning the finals in a place like Cloudbreak, Fiji is just so special.
First message we ever got from you, hearing about your talent rising in Brazil. You were supposed to be a free surfer. And all of a sudden, everything changed, and you made that decision to compete. Obviously, your dad was already a super coach. You had family friends like Adriano de Souza. Think about that time in your life where you decided to commit and how quickly the dream came true.
Yeah, for sure. I think the start of my career was more on the free surfing side, and that was really good too for me. But I felt the drive the competition gave me was what I wanted to follow, and just that feeling that I want to get better each day and each season come back better. It's just amazing. It's what drives me, and not only as an athlete but as a person as well, just to be better each day. And yeah, I'm really, really happy that my dreams are starting to come true, and yeah, there's more to come.
Pretty amazing to see what you've done in the last few years, from 9th in the world to 7th in the world to 6th in the world to number 1 in the world. It's just been a rise up to the top of the mountain. You had never been in a finals format before, let alone world number 1. Like I asked Molly, you had so many lay days to think about this. You probably got word that your family showed up here at the MOMI to support. Was there energy kind of going, oh no, how am I going to close out this year?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of things go through your head at that moment. I had an amazing season, and I had the chance to lose everything there today, and I was like, I'm not going to let that happen, you know. I'm going to close this out on this first heat right now. I'm going to give everything I got, and I did it.
Yago, you just added to the legacy of what is the Brazilian Storm, started by Gabriel Medina in 2014, and now you're the newest addition to add to that dynasty of Brazilian world champions here in 2025. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's such an honor. I've grown up watching those guys surf and compete, watching them win everything from the amateur series to the WSL to world titles. And yeah, it's really, like Molly said, it's really good to have those role models, you know, and steps to follow. And I'm really, really honored to have my name next to their names on the list of Brazilian world champions.
There's probably a lot of people in your family that want a big hug right now. So are you ready to start the party?
Yeah, let's party.
Yago Dora, your 2025 world champ, hoists the trophy. Molly, pick yours up as well. Winning in 2025. Congratulations to everybody involved in professional surfing this year. This is one to remember. Let's keep the party going as we send it back to the Corona Cero post show with Kaipo. Muito obrigado. Thank you so much.
All right, that's right. The Corona Cero shower to shower our world champions. There's no better feeling. Congratulations to Molly Picklum and Yago Dora. Look at the setting here at the Fiji Marriott Resort in beautiful MOMI Bay, and it is a celebration of a wonderful season and 2 deserved world champions. I am just beside myself with this whole thing. We still got a couple of Coronas over here. We'll do a Corona shower later on ourselves too.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will. We're gonna do it, but not right now. Okay, so, well, 2025's wrapped. It almost brings a tear to my eye, but I got something to look forward to, Flick.
What's that, Kipes?
2026. 2026 and our schedule that we have coming up on the championship tour. It is going to be an incredible schedule, Rick. We're going to start off at Bells on April 1st, right back in Australia, and we're going to end at Pipeline. Let's take a look. It's
looking so good. The tour next year is going to be incredible. We're going to start things off at Bells on April Fool's Day, actually.
No, we're not.
Before we get into that, we're going to get into our women's top 5 moments and scores of the year, starting with a 9.5 for Gabby Bryant.
Oh, she is just incredible out at main break, and 2 from 2 there in the last couple of years.
Katie Simmers scored here with her own 9.5 for number 4.
Oh, God, what an incredible little barrel there. and just so much style. And these women just blow my mind just how good they are at riding the barrel now at these waves of consequences.
Katie Simmers again, doing it in the wave pool right here. Another 9 point. This was a 9.57 in Abu Dhabi.
This was cool, you know. I mean, the wave pool, it's the same wave every time, basically. It can get, you know, you're seeing those same maneuvers. She just brought her own brand of surfing, the different lines, that big roundhouse carve. I mean, it perks your attention when you're watching an event like this, and it doesn't surprise me that she was able to bring that sort of creativity to the pool. And yeah, 9.57, serious number for Katie, and yeah, she put on a good performance all year.
And it was just a battle all year long between Katie Simmers and Molly Picklum in numerous high-scoring heats. They always brought out the best of each other.
She ran out of steam on the with the legs on the end of that wave, didn't she?
Number 2, our new women's world champ. This was a 9.6 that she took out at Trestles.
Oh, God, just hammers the lip there. This is what I mean. When these sections stand up in front of Molly, she just does not back down. And, in fact, she just attacks. And look at this wave. Lowers right. Love this wave just all the way through to the inside. Just really solid foundation surfing. No-nonsense stuff from Molly Picklum. She's been rock solid, all year.
Number 1 again. Hey, talk about deserving a world title. 2 top scores of 2025 and a world title. This was a 9.77 for Molly Picklum in Tahiti.
It's just talk about range, right? I mean, the last one was at Trestles, high performance wave. This one, a slab in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
And it just demonstrates, I mean, she's got the 2 highest scores, you know, on the women's tour. She won the regular season. She's taken it out here in Fiji. She's won a world title. I mean, what is there left for her to do? She's crossed all the I's and she's dotted all the T's. Thanks very much for coming.
Well, you know, yeah, I feel like, Rick, our surfers, you know, they can take a couple weeks off, I think. But just a couple weeks off because it's time already to prepare for the championship tour. It's going to come about us before you know it. So some personal time for the family and everything, but get back to work.
Well, surfers, what they do really well is take a break, and what do? They actually go surfing.
Lots of free surfing happening between now and April 1st, Flick, where we kick it off at the Bells, at Bells Beach, the classic, the longest running professional surf contest in the world to start the tour at CT number 1.
Yeah, when I look at this, I mean, you know, all the core fans, everyone's rubbing their hands together. I mean, it's the end of an year, it's the start of a new one, and when you really look at this, I mean, this is just, it just screams Dream Tour. It's incredible, right? I mean, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see, you know, the waves that we get on tour this year. You've got, I mean, Chokes and Cloudbreak back-to-back in the Pacific Ocean. That really excites me. And then, you know, you look at event 10, 11, and 12 at the postseason, and then Pipe Masters with the extra points up on offer, which also adds that level of, you know, drama and also, you know, maybe keeping other surfers in it right till the end.
What are you most excited for? Give me a couple.
Okay, Chokes and Cloudbreak. Sorry, the Pacific Ocean always delivers.
Pacific Ocean. What about you, Rick?
That little block through the middle there, J-Bay all the way through to Lowers is pretty epic. But this tour, in fact, is like very reminiscent of the tour that I competed in like a long time ago. But you know, that was the Dream Tour. We constructed that, or I didn't do it, but you know, Bugs and all that crew, they put that tour together, and it's back, and it's going to be real interesting. We're going back to the old format, you know, where we're going to be running all the way through to the pipeline to get our
Can I tell you what I'm excited for?
Yeah,
finishing at Pipeline. We're back in Hawaii, but there's more. The season's not over. WorldSurfLeague.com. We got more competitions for you. We got the Challenger Series to continue to qualify our men and women for that championship tour in 2026. They're gonna have to get through Pipe as well.
Oh, I know that really excites me, right? I mean, you look at the Challenger Series. I feel like that wave of truth was sort of missing from there. So for that to be announced on the Challenger Series, I mean, there's some certain surfers that I look at there on, you know, the Challenger that I can't wait to see out there. I think it also might, you know, dictate who ends up qualifying. You know, being, you know, the second last event of the year. I'm super excited about that, and then, you know, finishing off in Australia back at Nui.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. Also, Rick, we got the longboard tour still underway. We had stop 1 over in Huntington Beach. We're going to go to the chilly waters of Bells Beach in September for that BioGlan, and all of the longboard tour comes with a world title happening in El Salvador. So lots of stuff happening and still in what we kind of call the off season, but there's never off season. Yago Dora having his moment. Let's take a look at our men's top 10 rankings at the end of the year. Break it down for us, Flick.
Oh wow! I mean, okay, obviously you got Yago with the world title, but for me, you know, where it gets really interesting was the 5, 6, 7. You know, for me to see Ethan and Kanoa sort of drop out of that, you know, being in contention, running for a world title at Chopes in that last event of the season, that was pretty devastating.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's the interesting point to me.
Can I say something on this top 10? Look out for Cole Hauschman right there. That's a sophomore year right there for the powerhouse, and I think he's going to be on his way up in 2026. And another thing, to echo your thoughts, watch out for Griffin Colapinto as we look at the next year. So that's a pretty hefty top 10 right there.
Yeah, solid top 10 for sure. You know, great to see Leo on there as well, Leo Fioravanti, and you know, bummer for Ethan and Kanoa. They, you know, not getting an invite to the party of the year. Basically, you know, they had the invite and then got taken away from them. So they'll be coming back bigger and better next year. And yeah,
I think the new schedule is going to work actually in Ethan and Kanoa's favor when we look at the entire schedule. So we'll see how that goes in 2026. Molly Picklum, the world champ. Congratulations again to Pickles. She's going to have months and months to celebrate and sink this in before she gets back to preparing for 2026. But let's take a look at our top 10 for the women. Rick, Molly on top, but look right behind her. We got just a new generation of exciting women surfers.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Katie Simmers, we already know how good she is. Gabby Bryan has just been dominant, the power surfer of this year. Great to see Caroline sort of make that last charge today, actually, and get away all up into second place. But then, you know, Isabella Nichols, breakout year for her. Yeah. Really sort of cemented her place on the tour and got the win down at Bells. Tyler, solid as always. And the youngster, Erin Brooks, in her rookie year. Really, really cool.
Flick, what do you think about the development of both Luana Silva and Erin Brooks looking towards the future?
Oh, I think the future's bright. I was going to touch on, you know, Luana had a breakout year as well for her career, a couple of finals appearances. And then for me, Erin, I can't go past her. She got the Rookie of the Year, but then I just think now that she's got that, you know, she's been to all the locations on the tour. She's got those, you know, she knows where she likes to stay. She's familiar now. It doesn't feel all new. I think she could be very dangerous moving into her second year on the tour.
Well, I agree with you, by the way. The Fiji Marriott Resort Momi Bay is bringing us the top 5, and we got some top 5 moments to celebrate. First, starting with the big brew, Rick. Jordy bites back in the match against Griffin Colapinto with an 8.67.
Yeah, this was a really cool moment for Jordy in particular. That one turn there, just done with so much force and power, and then gets this big lip gliding floater, one of the gnarliest floaters we've ever seen here done at Cloudbreak. And just a real feel-good moment for everyone, for all the fans, to see Jordy go all the way through today and put in a good performance.
Number 4, it's a Colapinto class. Griffin Colapinto has a pretty good track record here at Cloudbreak. He's had a win and he's had a runner-up finish.
Yeah, you know what was really cool? Caroline said it in one of her post-tape interviews was, we don't get to go left much. And what we saw out here, you know, on the tour was, you know, just a masterclass in backhand surfing on you know, from Griff. It was beautiful to watch. There were shades of, you know, just the way he was squaring up from the bottom. I saw, and the way he was blowing the fins out, you know, reminiscent of sort of Andy and Bruce a little bit. But yeah, I think it was nice to see a left and a sizey left, a big sort of essentially point break where he was just able to absolutely unleash.
Colapinto continued on through the run after Italo for defeating Jordy Smith.
Yeah, by far the standout backhand surfer of the entire week, really. And certainly today, you know, we had the feeling Griff was going to go all the way through up until he had that meeting in the final draw against Yago, who just took it with a dominant performance. But Griff, some of the best backhand surfing we've seen. Just his read on this wave and the speed and the pace. He's just got such an intimate knowledge of how this wave breaks now, and continues to just play with the lip out here. And in waves this size and this powerful, he makes it look so smooth and easy. And I can tell you, it's not that easy.
Like, it's Caroline Marks. Her run from the very first match was inspirational all the way to a world title runner-up.
Oh, it was amazing, right? I think from the practice session, she was looking on. I mean, 3 weeks ago, she wasn't even in the conversation. And then she got the job done in Tahiti. She jumped up into contention, and then she just blistered her way through this, matchup after matchup after matchup. And I mean, she came up against Betty Lou. She took her down. She had Katie Simmers, and she took her down. And then she had Gabriella Bryan in that number 2 seed. She took her down. I think for me, when the conditions were nice and clean this morning, she was she had the perfect read on this wave, right? Her board was fitting into the arc of the wave really well. But then, she obviously came up in the title match. She would have surfed it was her 6th heat by then, and yeah, she came a little bit undone, but you can't take away what she was able to do today, and really to get on that roll and just to keep showing up with that same energy heat after heat. It's undeniable.
Yeah, it was, she just put up such a good performance all day long, and you have to think that fatigue just started to come into play here. And even not only body fatigue, but mental fatigue in that, okay, I just haven't adjusted to the changing conditions. Maybe I'm not putting myself on the right wave. Those little things start planting this seed of doubt, and unfortunately, it just happened, right at the final moments of today for Caroline. But geez, she took us on a journey. She took us on a ride. We all thought she was going to go all the way.
She can be proud going from number 4 to number 2 in the world at the end of the year, Caroline Marks. Number 2, the Celebrate flick, our 2025 world champ, Yago Dora.
Yeah, this was such an incredible moment because, I mean, he literally... The task was 2 waves and you can be a world champion. And he did just that. And he came out of the gates flying. This opening wave, dropped the 7, right, was just, okay, we know where he's at. He's clicked up a couple of gears. He wasn't showing us everything he had in the practice surfs because right here, I mean, he has gone in, I mean, it's just turbo mode. It was insane but turbo, but with style, It was really beautiful to watch. And I think what was really special, obviously he had the whole of his family. He's got EC's girlfriend, EC's sister, managers, his coaches, everyone, his dad was all there to watch it go down. So, yeah, really beautiful moment there for Yago.
Yeah, it was really cool. He actually did it 5 maneuvers and a little chandelier barrel. That's all it took today. Got it all done. And the celebrations, well, they will continue well into the night here, certainly in Fiji. And I'm sure Lauren Optus is not going to sleep for a couple of days, maybe.
That is such good stuff. Congratulations to Yago Dora, our men's world champ, our women's world champ. Rick, Molly Picklum had to come back from a deficit after a loss in title match heat number 1, but then it was all Molly going excellent over and over again.
Yeah, totally. Click, I was just about to say, you look at the story of this 3-match final, and it really it talks to the personality of Molly, and it talks to the grit and determination of where she's sort of, been born and raised at the central coast of New South Wales, North Shelley. It's a gritty town where they kind of breed no-nonsense surfers out of there, and Molly is that determined competitor, no nonsense. She tells us how she's feeling, and she's one of these women, you knock her down and she will get up. She will keep fighting, Today felt like a bit of a destiny moment. We knew she was going to get the world title, whether it was this year or another year, but just turned out that this year it was all going to happen for her. Some incredible surfing in the 2 heats, of the 2 second heats in this matchup, the second and third matchup. And she just found a rhythm and continued on through and just steamrolled over Caroline at this point.
Yeah, for me, as soon as this opening title match happened, I was a bit nervous for her because it looked like there was this real sense of urgency and that she wasn't quite connected to the decisions she was making. She was hunting the tube. But then that little reset, that she had in between this one, the next one, she was able to regain, focus and really turn things around. It speaks to what you were saying, Rich. It speaks to the kind of person she is, that Aussie battler. And, moments like this, locking in 2 of the highest waves of the day so far. She had the 8.83 and an 8.1 it was beautiful surfing.
Well, you two, I think Australia is going to welcome with open arms another women's world title.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll celebrate world champions, and Australia's right behind Molly Picklum. I talk to a lot of people, obviously, in the game, and this lady here, she's got so many fans. She's got so many people that are behind her, and both these camps, they've got a whole team behind them. They're not just doing it for themselves. They're doing it for their country, their coaches, their loved ones, their family, their friends. It's easy to get behind and get on board with both of our champions this year. I love this stuff. This is why we do it. And thankful that we could be a part of it.
And I love this place, the Fiji Marriott Resort, Momi Bay. Look at where we get to stay. I kind of don't want to leave, to tell you the truth, because it has been so epic, and it was a long time to get to this finals day, but I'm still recharged and ready to enjoy more of Fiji.
Oh, totally. I mean, thanks so much to the Fiji Marriott Resort Momi Bay for having us. It's been beautiful, really. It has.
It sure has.
It's just paradise here.
It is paradise. Final thoughts on the year?
I think we came away with 2 world champions that were well-deserved, that really dominated throughout the year. Who backed it up with incredible surfing today on finals day. It's the end of an era as we say goodbye to the final 5. I'm thankful to be a part of it throughout the year and sit in the commentary booth with you guys. I've had just such the best time. Pro surfing is in really good hands. The women continue to knock down doors and just open things up for generations to come through. And the men's just still, the level just keeps rising as well. So, great to see.
What about you, Fleck?
For me, just reflecting on the top 5 waves for the men and the women, especially, both sides, but the men have locked in 5 10s, right? And 10s, they can potentially happen in any kind of conditions, but it made me realise just how, blessed we were with the surf forecast in certain locations. It was incredible, right? You need a lot of things for that to work, and, we try and pick the eyes out of it, but it's just it is a really hard thing for all the ingredients to come together. It made me realise, wow, we were really lucky this year. Grateful to sit along you two for a bunch of times this year, and I'm ready for next year and for the new era and for a little bit of a celebration.
Let's do it. Let's start off with a cheers with the Corona Ceros. Cheers. Remember, there's more action on the World Surf League. We got the Challenger Series, we got the Longboard Series, and the CT starts April 1st, 2026. Enjoy the end of the day highlights and check out the credits for all the people who make this happen. Aloha.
Times are changing, but I know where I'm going. This fire in my blood driving me on back to the bone. Been broken and weak, pale as a ghost. But now no one can drop me, nothing can stop me when I'm on the road. When the time comes, I'll be ready for it. When it's my turn, I'll be ready for it. When I'm knocked down, I'll be ready for it. I'll be ready for it. There'll be hard days, but I'll keep showing. When the tears rain, I'll keep going. When the earth shakes, I'll be still rolling. I'll be still rolling. 'Cause in the times when you wanna give up, that's when you find out what you're made of. Are you ready? I'm unstoppable. You know I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. You know I'm unstoppable. Storms are coming, but I know who I am. Follow my heart, I stick to the road, there's no turning back. I know what I need, I don't have to ask. And I'm gonna make it, I got the patience, walk in the back. When the time comes, I'll be ready for it. When it's my turn, I'll be ready for it. When I'm knocked down, I'll be ready for it. I'll be ready for it. There'll be hard days, but I'll keep showing. When the tears rain, I'll keep going. When the earth shakes, I'll be still rolling. 'Cause in the times when you wanna give up, that's when you find out what you're made of. Yeah, I'm ready. When others run, I'll put on the gloves and do what it takes to get to the top. Yeah, I'm ready.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.